It was absolutely terrifying. I've never feared for my life as much as I did in Liberia.
Ian Mackay is struggling to adjust to life in a safe place like Squamish. He's haunted by memories of the countless deaths he saw from Ebola.
I remember the first time I saw an Ebola patient being inside in the Tyvek suit and realizing this is horrible.
Mackay, who's just 23 and still studying nursing, volunteered with a Christian aid group, Samaritan's Purse.
It's a hemorrhagic fever, so you bleed out of everywhere, and it's a very slow, painful death.
His protective suit was both a sanctuary as well as a prison.
You know, if you pass out in the suit from dehydration, if something does go wrong, who's going to help you? You're alone on the ground in the Ebola Center.
2.5 weeks into his humanitarian trip, the nightmare came true for those working at the clinic. Two American colleagues, Dr. Kent Brantley and fellow worker Nancy Wrightball, had contracted the disease, and that meant he was at risk too.
Knowing that I had been exposed to the virus and knowing it carried a potentially 90% mortality rate, and it was a bloody, painful death, was the scariest part of it all.
Mackay donated 2 pints of his blood to help Whiteball and then helped evacuate both patients before leaving Liberia.
I just felt like I was abandoning a lot of people that I'd made promises to. A lot of locals that were really looking up to us at that point as, you know, the hope to contain the virus.
Back in Canada and then in quarantine for the past month, he's virus-free. But the psychological impacts of the trip are hard to shake.
And not trusting anybody. You just think about everything twice. You know, sitting in the nursing station, someone hands you a piece of paper, you think twice before grabbing it because you don't know who'd touched that and where they'd been.
It's a story he says he cannot let go of. In fact, he says he feels compelled to go back. Chris Brown, CBC News, Squamish, BC.